Greetings, I'm Morgan Titian. Welcome to the stream. I decided to start things just a little bit early because I was just waiting around otherwise. But yes, welcome. I forgot to turn off Discord sounds. Give me one moment. I am a professional streamer. Totally. There we go. Discord sounds, you are now off. Oh, what's going on? It's forcing me to, like, highlight everything. Cat, are you on the keyboard? Huh. I don't know what's happening. Interesting. I'm sure it's not going to be an issue. Totally not. It only happens in Discord, it looks like. Okay. Strange. Alrighty. Well, yes. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Sorry for the little scuff start. I forgot about Discord. I did want to give a quick thank you to Riku Piku for following off stream. I believe they were followed earlier, but sometimes Twitch glitches out and unfollows you. So thank you for refollowing Riku. Riku is actually the one responsible for... Let me put him in chat here. All three of these emotes. So she did those as part of giveaways on her stream and whatnot, and redeems and such. And she was nice enough to give me permission to use them as emotes for my stream. So thank you a whole bunch there, EQ. I'll also give her a shout out. Come on. I'm trying to type over my cat right now because he's right in front of my keyboard. There we go. I typed it right. And I'm also going to give Tinsera a shout out now that I'm actually on stream. There we go. So yes, Riku is currently on hiatus, but when she does return, I'm sure she'd love it if there was a whole bunch of new followers waiting for her. So go follow her and be sneaky about it. And Tinsera just actually finished up their stream. She was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was lurking in that right before I had to start my stream. Alrighty. Well, today, as voted by you guys, we are playing Satisfactory. And I just realized... Oh, no, it is set up. I was going to say, I just realized I never made sure that it was set up so it shows up on the stream, but it does. So, we are going to be playing Satisfactory. Going to start a new factory, a new playthrough, rather than any of the existing games. And that should be fun. And I'm going to just start it a bit early. I do have a set time I have to end stream at because I do have to attend to other plans due to Easter and whatnot. So I do want to make sure I get things started. And is the music too loud? I can never tell. It's definitely lower than my voice, but I guess we'll see. Maybe game sounds need to be up a little bit more. I don't know. We'll find out. All right. So here we are. I'm just going to choose grass fields. I know a decent amount about this game. So if anybody is curious about the game or not sure what to do in the game, then this can kind of serve as a, not quite a beginner's look because I'm not a beginner, but like a, step by step, like this is what I do to start a game. So here we go. Didn't want to click the start game for a second there. I realize it's just taking a moment to load here, but I want to start the actual game with you guys. It's not a procedurally generated world. It's the same world each time, so it's not like that part's important, but like the starting bit and whatnot. I think unless I have it turned off, there's a starting cinematic and whatnot. I don't know why it seems a little bit loud. You're supposed to be at 50%. There we go. We start in space. The final frontier.
Attention Pioneer. The following instructional video is a summary of your impending duties as an exoplanetary pioneer.
I just moved that out of the way.
Fix-It Pioneers have 3 cyclical assigned pillars of work to ultimately accomplish project assembly. Use provided blueprints to build the necessary buildings.
Oh, I get what's happening here. Because of Linux, it's not showing the actual video. I can hear the video, it's not showing it. Oh.
Make sure to report any unusual discoveries to R&D for analysis.
That's an interesting video there.
Expand your factories, outposts, and pipelines through automation and augmentation.
Yep. Wish I could see what you're talking about.
Get to work and be effective. Warning, planetfall imminent. Please remain seated during full procedure.
I don't have a choice.
Entry in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Planetfall procedure initialized.
Hey, I see clouds. Oh, and it just flashed over to another view. I be landing.
Planetfall complete. Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is at 100%. Remember, efficiency first. Godspeed.
Alrighty. So this is the capsule we landed in.
Welcome to Planet Massage 2 ABB, your
pick up leaves
sector
here.
in the binary star system of AMD.
Oh, can I not pick them up yet?
I am Ada, also known as Artificial Directory and Assistant, tasked to support pioneers, such as you, in their mission. You are the third of your sector to survive planetfall. Congratulations. Note: objective-based introduction initialized. Welcome to onboarding.
There we go.
First objective: please dismantle the drop pod. The resulting materials will be repurposed to construct a habitat and utility base, from now on referred to as the hub. Note: Fix-It Incorporated is cost-effective and efficient.
Yeah.
We do not waste.
It's F to bring this up. Hold left click to actually dismantle.
All important Fix-It data and communication is recorded and stored in the codex, including these steps.
Alright, now we gotta figure out where we want to base up here. I have to try and get my bearings. Hey, Corpse, how's it going? Welcome on in. We're playing some Satisfactory. Okay, can't go over where the poison is. Obviously. Gonna take a quick peek over here. I don't recognize this place. I don't have access to the map yet. I'll just clear that out by opening up the codex.
Second objective: Please ensure you have your Fixit incorporated Xeno Zapper equipped before leaving the drop zone.
That's a
Note,
good point.
According to Fixit regulations, every pioneer should have access to a means of defense against extraterrestrial threats. Third objective. Please familiarize yourself with the resource scanner to find
Oh,
iron.
now I have that.
Note. The acquisition of iron is considered essential in preparation for all future objectives.
A good bit of limestone. 2 bits of iron that I can't even use yet. Or wait, can I? Hey, Scenarius. Is that the new TikTok voice? Man, I wish. Get out of here. Those guys, if you strafe them... Okay, I can't pick that up. If you strafe them, they're fairly easy to kill. Because they like to charge at you. Like that. So you have to strafe them as they come in. And then you hit them with the Xeno Zapper. It's like 4 or 5 shots with the Xeno Zapper. Okay. Let's do another pulse scan here. Alright. There's 2 more there. There's a lot of iron nearby. Oh, there's a power slug over there. Okay, this is kind of like a introductory, you know, like fresh start type thing. I think I'm going to set up around here. I don't have anything beyond the iron. Oh, a bunch of extra leaves. But I can't really scan for anything else right now. I would like to get copper, but iron and limestone are the 2 important ones right off the cuff. Okay, I'll just think that. I don't want to go near that because that's going to blow me up. Hate that. Oh, you are the actual spinning one. Okay. Gimme. Stop it. Ow. These guys actually spit fire at you and it hurts. Okay, he's dead. Why is it still singing? Oh, there's probably something else nearby. It's not the power slug. These are like bacon shrooms. Bacon agaric. They're basically bacon flavored mushrooms and they're amazing. I wanted that. Just grabbing these for some food for healing. Alright. Okay, all the iron was over there. Yeah, this is basically going to be it. Just these 2 patches of iron and that limestone over there, and that's what I'm going to have to deal with. All right.
Fourth objective, build the hub.
I will build the hub.
To complete this objective, the resources salvaged from the drop pod will be consumed.
They sure will.
Caution. Ensure the hub is built on spacious open terrain close to the presence of iron sources. Failure to do so will likely result in non-optimal progress.
Alright, it's Q to bring open the build menu. There's the hub. What side do I want to face? Yeah, I'll have it face this way. There's a reason for it. Because eventually on the back here there'll be power, and that'll be easier to get to everything else. Alright. Cool.
Congratulations. You have unlocked Hub Feature Manual Craft Bench. Hub Feature Hub Terminal. Fifth objective, complete hub upgrade 1. Note, the craft bench and hub terminal are essential for progression to the next objective.
They sure are. So I gotta turn this iron ore into ingots. And then turn it into rods. How many rods do I need? Only 10. Alright. Build that. Upgrade the hub. So we build this up over time. I've got storage now. So I'll store some of my lootage in here. Store the leaves for now. I'll store the wood as well. Keep the rest. Alright, what do you need for level 2?
You have unlocked.
Unlock
Building
more.
Workshop. Equipment, portable miner. Inventory, additional slots. Hub feature, personal storage. Sixth objective, complete hub upgrade 2. Note, portable miners require no power and will mine a node until their inventory is full. Note, multiple portable miners can be used on a single node.
Sure can. Okay, it says I unlocked the portable miner. Do I have to... Oh, the equipment workshop is separate. I forgot about that. Oh, it's a lizard doggo. Oh, I need plates. I forgot about that. Iron plated up. I only need a handful. Hey, buddy. Oh, and I need more rods. I thought I had rods. Or I thought I had more rods. Alright. Switch over to this. Finish making that. Oh, I ran. How do you crouch again? Oh, it's C. Usually it's stuff like shift. Oops. Okay. Portable miner. I need more rods, and I have plates for 2 of them. Got it. All right. There's 2 portable miners for me. Place both these down. Back having lunch before taking a nap. Hey, welcome back. We're just setting up some portable miners. Alright. Let's see if I can do this properly here. Oh, he's still running away from me. Yeah, I started a brand new game. This is Satisfactory. New file. Yeah. So yeah, it is making iron ore for us now. These things can hold 100 each, but we don't actually have to mine for it anymore ourselves. We do still have to craft it, which I'll craft up a bunch right here. All right. Need, I think, 2 plates. Got the 2 plates. Craft up some more. I wish I could just set that thing to craft. Craft another one of these. They need this, but with steam machines. Yeah, that'd be cool. I want to grab this out. There we go. So another portable miner, grabbing the limestone, even though I don't need it right now. I will need it in the future, so it's good to have it started. Ooh, Victorian style would be cool. Like just full-on steampunk. That would be really cool. Hub upgrade 2. I need 10 plates and 20 rods. Okay. There's the rods. Yay, Satisfactory. Did you pick the world you start on, or is it random? The map is the same every time. It's just you spawn in a different location on the map. That's all. All right, you select you, drop you both, upgrade hub. Okay, now I'm actually gonna need to get copper, but I need another 20 and 20 for those.
Congratulations, you have unlocked Hub feature, Biomass Burner, Scanner feature, Copper, New Buildings and Recipes, which can be found in the Build menu and Craft bench respectively. 7th objective, complete Hub Upgrade 3. Note, connect buildings to a biomass burner for power. Note, buildings such as the smelter require a recipe to be set. Advice.
I need
the
copper.
smelting process and use portable miners for optimal results.
I need copper ore. Alright, a little bit further away than I wanted, but that's good. Looks out of arc. Minus the dinosaurs. Like, there is that big manta ray in the sky, but that's about it. And that dude over there. But like, no full-on dinosaurs. Here's the copper. Come on, you. Come on, no balls. There we go. Oh, missed.
Relaying message. Hello, this is Paternal Figure. I have taken ill and need your help to find a cure. Doctors say that the only remedy is alien artifacts.
I'm gonna get that all the time now in this area. Where even is it? It's probably up there. Oh no, it's right there. Okay. I might grab it. Cool, got some copper. Can I even climb up this hill? Not likely. I think I have to wait until I get some building materials. Okay, I really can't wait until I can get some proper building materials, because yeah, getting to that copper source is gonna be a pain. I don't have automated miners to bring it back. Let's get this decently close by. Yeah, pick up some of this. Take all of you. Don't need the biomass burner yet, but I will soon. Alright. Give me all that copper. I think I want 4. So I need 32 wire and 20 rods to make these 4. Okay. All right. So I want to set this up here. I'll actually set this here. Come on. I know it's next to impossible to line these up properly without yeah, I should probably change that message. Without having foundations. Oh, I don't have actual cables. Gonna need to make more of those wires. All right. You can't go to you. I can't make concrete yet. All right, I just get 1 smelter, which is gonna set to iron. Load her up. And this is why I grabbed so much of the grass earlier. It's biomass. Burn it. So my smelter is now making iron automatically. That's this dude right here. So you'll just constantly smelt that up. I can only have one of those right now until I finish getting what I need for this, which needs 20 wire. I don't think I have enough copper for it anymore. Okay, how much do I need for portable miners? Alright, couple plates. Grab enough rods. Oh, that was perfect. Grab a lot more of that. Just because I know I will need it eventually. And build. You know what? I'll build all three of them. Why not? There we go. Because I won't be going to the copper node all that often. And you don't need a lot of copper early game. You just need a little bit. Shut it, you. Hear the musical singing. Alright. And these are gonna gather us up some copper. These guys are just really cool to look at. Alright. This will be plenty of copper. For now. Stand aside, I have to plunder these minerals. Exactly. We require more minerals. Get me up. Gimme. Alright. Copper, I require you. Alright. Got more than enough of those. I said more than enough of those. Need quite a bit more plates. And rods. Which is exactly why I set this guy up. Gimme. You have that. Don't have to manually smelt copper anymore. 20 of these plates. And quite a few of these rods. I'll need some more spare for the other smelters I want to make. Blink, blink. There we go. Upgrade hub. Cool. You get an actual interior now.
Unlocked scanner feature, limestone. New buildings and recipes, which can be found in the build menu and craft bench respectively. 8th objective. Complete hub upgrade 4. Note. Use power poles to expand the power network for optimal results.
Yep. Useful to have a home, indeed. That is your respawn point. You can't do anything else with it, really. There we go. Set you to iron as well. These guys are probably full up. Yes, they are. And top these guys off with full iron. Perfect. Grab you. So that's going to be necessary, actually. Okay. This will be for the copper. Oh, I just realized I don't have enough for all of it. Hold on. You make a lot more. Get out of my way. Honestly, I forgot about that for a bit. Yeah, you can do a slide and then into a jump, and it actually increases your speed. Okay, and I can't make reinforced... Oh, wait, I can. I need a bunch of screws for it. And then fill in the iron rods I need. Perfect. How are you for power? Production is 8. Max or capacity is 20. Okay. That is fine. I need a constructor. You will go over there. All out of cables? Hey, Netscape. Welcome on in. We're playing some Satisfactory today. I find it quite satisfactory to do so. Eh? Eh? Yes, brand new factory. Alright, fill in some of the wires here. Cool. You make concrete. Enjoy the limestone. You full already? Yes, you are. Come with me. Okay. And smelters. Probably don't need 2 over here. And I am just shy of getting the second one. Alright. Copper ingots. Produce. Alright, so that will create copper for me over time. I don't have access to platforms yet. Oh, those guys are yellow, which means they have stopped production. Grab you. Oh, I don't have space for you. Gotta drop off some junk here. Yeah, basically need everything else with me right now. You need 10 concrete. I got that. 20 cable and 75 iron plate. Okay. I should make a constructor for iron plates. but I don't have conveyor belts yet. So manual crafting it is. Autosave. Ting 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 ting. I think I needed 20 total cable. Don't think I have enough. Oh, just barely enough. Glad I did not build another constructor, to be perfectly honest. Alright, select that. 20 of those, that's fine.
Congratulations.
Don't have the second one yet.
You have unlocked building, conveyor belts and poles. Inventory, additional slots. 9th objective. Complete hub upgrade 5. Note, portable miners cannot be connected to conveyor belts. Advice, when planning the construction of buildings, note the placement of conveyor belts.
Neck crack. Ooh, I do have conveyor belts now. Cool. I don't have the stuff for another smelter, but that's fine. It's been a while since I played this game. Must be lots of new things. Yeah, there's a bunch. It's all late game stuff though, so it's not stuff I'm gonna be able to get into today, unfortunately. Posture check. Give me un momento. Load this up. Time is money, friend. And a hydrate. I just looked at my cup and it's empty. I drank it before stream. I'll be right back. I'm back. And yes, they did improve the multiplayer. About 2 months ago now. 3 months maybe? Hard to say. Can't remember exactly if it was in January or February. Hydrating. But I played on a server with some friends. And that was fun. So yeah, they do have better multiplayer. There was a little bit of desync issue in the sense that like it's a one-off or whatever. And sometimes you'll get a glitch where you see if you die, you'll see a tool in the air or something like that. But yeah, before I repurposed it to being the Minecraft server, it was actually running on the server hardware that the Minecraft server is running on right now. It used to be a Satisfactory server. All right, get that smelting some more. 50 wire. Okay. You know what? Let's. Go for just one of those for now. Oh, wait, no, it's more of these I need to make iron plates. Then I'll make some cables. Need a little bit extra because I will have to wire it up. Okay. Might hurt. No, it didn't hurt. Yeah, let's see how much of this I can clear out. Not enough. I don't have the chainsaw yet. May have to go into work, so I'm going to get a nap. I'll be on lurk. Have a good stream, friend. Well, thanks for stopping by, Tinsara. Have a good nap. That's going to involve some clipping. I try and build these to avoid clipping. I don't have enough plates. That is fine. You make wire. Go. Oh, everything's red. You run out of power? Yes, you did. Okay, plates. We need a bunch of these for conveyor belts. I know a lot of people will set up, yeah, rest well. I know a lot of people will set up plate and rod production before they worry about automating wire production. But since I'm not over here a lot, I want to make sure that this has got a lot of production on it. So I like it. I don't have to babysit this. If I had storage containers, then I would make use of those. Wait, do I have storage containers? Not yet. Okay. Make some more screws. Get some plates made. Thank you. Make a bunch more of these because I need a lot more cable. I'm quickly going to run into an issue here with power, and I don't have the means to get more yet. So max consumption is 20 megawatts right now. And that's if everything's running at the same time. So like if I turn this guy on, just for example, that's probably going to yeah, it almost peaked us. These guys are off now. So definitely if I have both these running, I can't do what I want to do. However, if I make a constructor and line it up somewhat decently. I mean, I'm not a savage. You are plates. I'm all out of wires. Do I have... I do not have copper with me. And that's why I set up something to auto-make wires. No power? Huh? Did I... It may have run out again. I'll just make sure you are topped off here. That way when you do turn back on, you'll go smelting away and get us quite a bit. I'll stick some wood into there for now. Wood burns better than just the grass clippings. It's the best when I get actual biofuel, though. Alright. Currently consuming that many. Okay. I'll grab you. So I have you on hand. Okay, you need 75 rods, 50 cable. Alright, I'll start making cable. I do not have enough power to autocraft wire into cable and autocraft rods. Because like I said, if I turn too many things on at the same time, power goes out. Like if I turned on that smelter, probably would lose power. What are you? Not enough plates. I was thinking about dragging all those back to base. Come on. I actually think the music is a little bit low. That's been playing this whole time, but I don't think you guys could hear it. Alright, need a little bit more for that. I'll just manually craft these rods. It's a very quick process. Essentially 75 seconds. Ooh, back crack. Purposely crafting a bit extra here. There we go.
Congratulations, you have unlocked Building Miner Mark 1. Building Storage Container. Hub feature Additional Biomass Burner. 10th objective. Complete hub upgrade 6. Note, there are no notes.
Note, there are no notes. Alright, I do have some extra power capacity now. So I can actually feed some more iron. And not worry about my power network going down. What else do I got? Well, I've actually got miners. And storage containers. Okay, got 2 iron nodes. That and that. Okay. I need some concrete, and I need a bunch of iron plates, which I am making. I am making iron plates. There we go. Concrete I need. I'm gonna fill you up with some more with these guys. Actually, pick you up. You are actually going to be my first miner. Oh, this is going to be awkward. Whatever. Little bit of spaghetti. Don't have wire. I need to go get wire. Alright. Thank you for the 100-something wire. Chop you off with some copper. I'll come back later and probably switch that over to a storage container type setup for a bit. Shut down. Why? No fuel. That's a good reason to shut down. I'm gonna have to go get more. Okay, give you that. And turn you back on. Okay, so we got auto concrete production going on, which is cool. Let's pick you up and make another miner. That's going to be a pain in the butt. I'm going to put you there. Put you there. Oh, can't power line you here. There we go. A little bit of spaghetti there as well. Once I get foundations, I will be fixing it. Don't worry. All right. Production 60 per minute. Use 30 per minute. I don't have splitters. Where's my storage container? There we go. Got output for platage now. Probably should have a buffer, but whatever. You. I'll make another one out of you. A little bit of spaghetti because I didn't line it up properly, but that's fine. We got concrete going in there because concrete's going to be very useful very quickly. Power could shut down again. God, it goes through so much power. Alright, I'm going to go on a leaf gathering mission here. I really don't know where this place is on the map. I don't think I've been here before. It's not until much later in the game that you actually get a map you can look at. Hey, Luna! Welcome on in! Playing some Satisfactory today. Glad you can join us, though. I heard something. I swear to God if it's one of those spiders coming out of there. Yeah, I'm just not going to deal with that. I'm just currently gathering some leaves so I can burn them for fuel. There's a lizard doggo. Just tame him eventually. He can get you some useful stuff. Okay, that one's not running. The cat just heard something outside. There's your doggo. Where'd you go? You were here just a moment ago. You don't run off edges, do you? Huh. Alright. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. 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 Let me out of there. Gimme. Yeah, they're in all the useful stuffs. Oh, great. Try and hide in here for a second. Equip this. Come flying at me again. Dare ya. Oh, you exploded on me. Jerk. Alright. Got lots of plants now. Gonna last me for like 20 minutes, tops. Store you away. Alright, plates and... Ooh, rods. I can do rods manually. Apparently you need 100 of them. Big scratch. Oh, I've already got 100 of them. Wasn't even paying attention. And then just need to finish off with plates. Which, because the power was off, I probably don't have a whole lot backed up, but let's see. 87, not bad. Does that finish off what I need? Yes, it does. Cool.
Congratulations, you have unlocked Building Space Elevator, Building Biomass Burner, Part Biomass. Motivational message, congratulations, you succeeded in every provided task. On behalf of Fixit Incorporated, I thank you for your current and future service.
And there we go.
Additional knowledge. The hub terminal has been converted to give access to milestones there to ensure you progress along Fixit-approved protocols. Note: future developments should be aimed at constructing the space elevator and, as such, initiating project assembly. Good luck.
I'm a ways off from doing that yet. Base building. I want this. We're selecting that milestone. I'll just dump whatever I have in there for now. Okay. 200 concrete. And then I still need 100 rods. I'll fill those in manually. I should just make a crafter for them, but I want to get the base foundations for that. Start making it look a little bit neater. All right. Rods are done. Four. Are you? Yeah, you need 30 per minute. Okay. Once I get splitters, I can feed both of these with one miner. I will just manually craft these rods. Takes 3 times as long as the rods to make the plates, but it's worth it for now. Speed things along. Plus, I have to use up this iron in my inventory somehow. One thing I do not like crafting manually, though, is concrete. You need 45 per minute. And you make 60 per minute. Alright, so you're making more than this thing can handle. So if I steal you, that's not an issue. Hey, Dodo. Welcome on in. There we go. Here's a hydrate. That means everybody else should hydrate as well. Yep, sippies. I really got to get on either making them myself or commissioning somebody to make some emotes for me. Are you kidding me? Oh, come on. One more. Come on. Thank you. And then I'm going to need a ton more once I unlock this. Okay.
Milestone reached. You have unlocked several structures aimed to provide the first needed to build basic factory infrastructure and improved overview. Building these will provide a grid for more advanced organizing and sectioning of your factory.
Bye. Yeah, it's gone. All right. We now have a lookout tower. Perfect. We now have foundations. This is what we need. Walls, not as important. We don't need walls yet. What we need is foundations. So it takes plates and concrete. Luckily, we are producing both. And we can climb up these as well to get a better aerial view. Actually, I'm going to climb up this one. Smelter gives me a much better view. I don't feel like making the lookout tower that we just unlocked. Okay, so this is the area we're in right now. I might be able to build over there, or that weird lake thing I saw over there. Or not lake, but crater. I think... We're not so far developed here. Oh, welcome back. We're not so far developed that we can't make things here. Which button is it?
Milestone exchange concluded.
No.
Fix-it freighter re-entry complete.
There we go. Oh, not enough concrete. I'll zoop that way. So this is going to be the kind of grid that we work off of here. Where this just feeds right onto the grid. And yes, you can build directly into other things. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but you can. Logistics. This is what I need next. 300 wire. I don't think... Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I should automate this. Should automate all this. Pick you up. Pick you up. And I'll pick you up as well. Why not? Make sure you're fed. Do I have the stuff for a miner? One concrete shy. Because I've got 2 miners ticked off on there.
News from Earth. Widespread chaos and mayhem. World President urges all citizens to do their part and harvest alien artifacts.
Okay. You are out of fuel, and you are also out of fuel. That was to be expected. Why do I have pedals in my inventory? I actually had to go gather more fuel. Okay. Don't. I don't have my thing gripped. Stop it. Oh, he got me. I deserve that. Alright, he's down. It's not a tree I can gather. 2 more of those dudes down there. Those plants that look like crystals there, if you get too close, they'll start raising up. And when they get to their full height, they will emit poison. They are a pain in the butt. It's just full of it down there. Alright, what do I got? Oh, no, don't have enough. I need like 1,000 of these leaves. Actually, I could probably turn this into actual biofuel. That'll be a lot better for me. Rather than relying on just leaves. That's a good idea, Dodo. Thanks for the idea. I don't care what everyone else says. I'm giving you credit for that idea. Because you're the last one to speak up in chat. Alright. Getting all the leafage. Okay, biomass. Made from wood. I'll make that first. Because it takes a lot less time. And then this I will also make. So this is biomass, not biofuel. I don't have biofuel yet, but I hope to get some soon. And this should keep me going for a while. The biomass burns for longer than the leaves do, but they don't stack as much. But I think overall, like a stack of 200 burns longer than a stack of 500 leaves. So overall, it's better. Excuse me, sorry. All right, now I can bring my factory back online. There we go. And I need to grab some concrete. Whee! Splat. Miner right there. And then I'll actually dismantle all this here. When you dismantle things, you get all the resources back, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. Oh, just barely can't afford. That is fine. I will get production smelter.
Harvest it.
What if I don't want to harvest it? Put you right dead center for now. With you going into a constructor. You like to leave at least one tile space. Come on. There we go. So that way I can put splitters in here later if I want to. Put you there.
Your contract legally compels you to harvest this artifact.
Yeah, well, I can't get it right now, so screw you. All right. And then set you to copper. And set you to wire. Do I have enough for a storage container? I do.
Comply.
It is not on the grid yet, but that is fine. And then
Breaking news from Earth.
read you that.
Widespread chaos and mayhem. World President urges all
minute.
citizens to do their part and harvest alien artifacts.
Takes only 15 per minute. Okay, cool. Oh, that's cool. I think that's new. It used to just float, not have these support struts. That's neat. Do I have the ability to make ramps? I do not, because I do not have the resources. Just ticking away, making me some more concrete, which I will just immediately take. I need to find more limestone soon. All right, you get that. Zoop. Oh, by the way I'm doing this is if you press R, you can see the build mode goes to zoop, then to vertical, and then back to default. If you put it on zoop, you can go up to 10 tiles away and make these in one fell swoop. Makes building factories so much easier. Anyways, you dismantle. Actually, you dismantle and you dismantle. And I'll take you out as well. Start improving my power grid just a little bit. Put you over there. Connect you up. Cool. Dismantle, dismantle, and dismantle. Awesome. Now we got some space to work with. We need to get 2 smelters. It's going to be too close to that if I do it there. So I will try and line it up. There we go. From here I can probably see a bit better. All right. Right there should be fine. Two smelters side by side should be a-okay. And then one of them, I'm going to go right into a constructor right here. Like so. Constructor, you back to plates. You back to iron. You also get to be set to iron. Put you there. Put you there. Put you like that. I think is what I'm going to end up doing. There we go. It's going to start bringing in some of the iron ore, but I'm just going to feed it manually some iron ore. Now, I actually probably want to have this separated out just a little bit more, but we'll have to see. I can make an array with these because I've got two of these guys outputting. There, that should be good. Oh, I can't afford that one. Because I need you. Gimme. And put you there. Again, I like to have about one bit of space in case I do have to set other things up. What the? You did not line up properly. Why? Oh, this guy is lined up a little bit weird because he takes up more space. Forgot about that. So there's two lines there. There's this line on the bottom, which aligns it to the machine. I believe that one aligns it to the output. No. Other way around. All right, now it's a straight shot. Okay, and this is going to be collecting some of that. Perfect. Eventually, I'll be able to expand this out as well. I'll have this miner dedicated to just making plates. And then the miner I'm going to put over there, I'll have making rods and screws. Okay. With that being set up, though, and with these ticking away, I'm going to let them generate some resources for me for a little bit while I take a quick 5-minute break. I encourage everybody else to get up and stretch a bit and whatnot, and get your breaks in. But I will be right back. Alrighty, I returned. Things are still ticking along. Perfect. It's just what I like to see. Excellent. Yeah, you are still ticking along just fine. I'll grab you. Alright, how many plates do I got on me? Not quite enough. There you go. And I do need to make a lot of rods. I should have started this before I left. Turn all my remaining iron ingots into rods. So how's chat doing today? Enjoying your Easter Sunday? For those who celebrate it anyways. Me, I just treat it as a day, well, not a day, but an excuse to have a big meal. Usually one that, you know, my mom or my sister will host, because I live alone, they do not.
And lift to increase the complexity and efficiency of your factory. We encourage you to consider more verticality when it comes to factory logistics to streamline short-range transportation. The productivity display will help you measure and improve the productivity of individual buildings to aid with optimization.
Okay, I want input from there. These are conveyor splitters. They are your best friend in this game. You don't have to have this splitter at the end if this is the end of the line. I just do it to make it look nice. Okay. So, here's a little primer on how a lot of this stuff works. You can see here all the information for the miner. You can see the output says 60 per minute. It makes 60 iron ore per minute of operation. And I'm just going to top this guy off because I don't want to hold that in my inventory anymore. Each of these smelters, you can see it consumes 30 iron ore per minute and produces 30 iron ingot per minute. It's a 1-to-1. What that means, though, for people who know math, and if you have troubles with math, there's no judgment here. What that means is... I really want to center this more. What that means is a single one of these can supply 2 smelters by itself. Okay? Now, when you come to the other end, produces 30 per minute, consumes 30 per minute, produces 20. That is a weird reflection of the sun that's not even there. If we go and look at the copper that we had set up, so again, this normal node will produce 60 per minute. That's fine. This is only using 30 per minute, so that's getting backlogged. It's not very efficient. You can tell what I'm about to set up here. Now, the thing is, this produces 30 per minute. The wire only consumes 15 per minute. So that means 2 of these constructors can operate off of 1 line of smelter. But that can support 2 smelters. So what do we do with the other line? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up some more platforms here. Oh. I'm missing reinforced iron plate and cable. Okay. What I'm going to do is I will set up a second one of these constructors to make more wire. My phone's going off. Sorry. Might be important. Today is a holiday, right?
Compels you to harvest this artifact.
So. Yeah, it was just my sister, because I am indeed going over to her place for Easter dinner. Yeah, so I plan to make 2 constructors making these wires. But then, what do I do with the other half of this output?
Relaying message. Hello, this is paternal figure.
Oh my god.
Taken ill and use your
Stop.
hand to cure. Doctors say that the only remedy is alien artifacts.
Oh my god. If I do this, will you shut up?
Comply.
Finally. And if you hold down control, you can select multiple things to dismantle at the same time. Alright, so like I was saying, I'm going to set up 2 of these, make 2 things of wire. But there's not really much else I can make if I configure this to select the recipe. Basically, we've just got wire or cable, but to make cable, you need wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up an array for smelters. I might have to move this elsewhere or make it taller because it might not be enough. So I can have 2 smelters running off these, which then split off into 4 constructors, all making wire. And then 2 of them, if I look at the recipe here, 2 of them will be using the output from those to make actual cable rather than wire. So we'll have one outputting just a wire and the other one outputting cable, and then we have both resources available. Does it sound good? Sound like a plan? I think it sounds like a plan. So I'll just pick you up. I'll set you down for now. Are you facing the right way? You are not. That is facing the... Hard to tell, actually. But I think that's facing the right way. So satisfying to see automation. Makes me want to play modded Minecraft again. Or do more farms. Yeah, having, like, complete automation is very satisfying. No, I got no cables. See, this is why we need that extra bit of automation. So I don't have to manually craft that kind of stuff myself. All right. Oh. Why have you shut down? Your capacity is only 40. And I turned on another miner. Yeah. That was a bad oopsie on my part. Now, when things get really messy, is like with this. This produces 60 per minute. That's normal. This consumes 45 per minute. The math for concrete is abysmal, and I hate it. Alright, let's see if we can scope out anything else here. Oh, right. There's 2 more iron patches down there. We can make a lot of stuff with that. Un momento, por favor. Alright, so there's another power slug. And over there. There's two of those chargy boys. I could, once I get conveyor elevators, just bring these straight up to the production over here. I don't think I need to just yet. Let's clear some more of this out. It's just chaos in my way. I hate it. I need a nice orderly factory, not this chaotic crap. So much wood too. Wood is really good for biomass and biofuel. I will take that all day, every day. Okay. There's a huge open area there. What I'm going to do... Oops. I'll just build out 10. Because I can. And yes, you can have floating factories like this. Or floating floors. I wish this had a build system similar to Valheim. Where you actually had to provide structure. Oh, crap. Hey, buddy. Actually, while I'm here... Oh, I can't even reach up there yet. Alright, I'm just gonna take this guy on. Way too lazy for gathering resources myself, but for building Master's Farm that do it for me, no problem, all day long. Yeah, exactly. Like, I was in Minecraft yesterday, just kind of like while I was doing my D&D stuff and, you know, in between replies and whatnot. I just had Minecraft open, and I was just doing incidental things, you know, making some tools and whatnot. But then eventually I went down into the nether and started grabbing netherite. You know, the thing with netherite is it's very, very rare in the nether. Like, you don't find a whole lot of it. But there are ways to, like, you know, increase your chances of finding some. Such as, you know, doing the whole bed mining trick. And for those not familiar, ow, stop it. Talking and not concentrating on the fight. For those not familiar, in the nether, in Minecraft, if you try and sleep in a bed, it explodes. You know, that's just the way it works. And it's got a pretty big explosion. So what you do is you build a little bit of a tunnel, you stand far enough away that you won't get hit too much with the blast, and you intentionally instigate an explosion. And that clears out a huge area, so it allows you to search a bigger area for netherite. I got bored of doing that, of like manually clearing out the fires afterwards and searching for the netherite. So what I did is I just used a couple of the farms that Netscape here had built. And I AFK'd at the farms a bit to make sure that they were all replenished. And I got a whole bunch of sand and a whole bunch of gunpowder. And now I've got about 5 stacks of TNT, which probably today after supper, when I do get back onto the server, I'm going to be using that to just make an entire tunnel of explosions and to clear out a huge area that way. So yeah, I'm going to have lots of fun with that. I'm just going to build it from over here. Apparently I'm not. I'm out of concrete. Right, that's why I fell in the first place. Yeah, give me that. Okay, well, we have a decent building space over here that we can make use of. Right here, currently making plates. I need another one of the... Oh, I need... Make some reinforced plates. Yeah, the raid farm is done. It can be a bit finicky, though, so I think there's some stuff I have to do to improve it. But yeah, it's, it got me a lot of emeralds the first time I ran it. The other time I tried to run it, though, it stopped halfway through, and I'm not sure why. So I have to try and figure out what's causing that. Just drop this ore that I do not need. It's just taking up space in my inventory. Oh, so is that slug. And the summer sloop, which actually does not even have a use in the game yet. The cat sees something outside. Oh, passing by earlier and not figured out how to work. So, yeah, you need to have the ill omen effect from killing a raid captain in order to start the whole farm. But yeah, I can show you how it works when I get on. Bad omen, yeah. Hate you. I'm out of wire. Or cable, rather. Actually, I am out of wire, too. Okay, I don't need that taking up a single slot of my inventory for one of those. But yeah, I'll have to write up a book or something to explain how it all works. Actually, I'm gonna delete that. And bring the foundation down over to here. Why are you so high? There we go. Whoops. There we go. So yeah, this will be the foundation grid for down here. That way everything is on the same kind of like level / grid or whatever. Cool. Give me you. And I can just walk right up here. Kitty coming in for a cuddle. Kitty cuddle. Cable. Manually make some of you right now. Should be enough. Never enough concrete. You're facing the wrong way. Cool. Just because it looks better than having an overhang. Okay, now you do take the full 30. It's the screws that did not. It is going the right way. I think I can get away with that. Yes. So even though it says clipping may occur, you can get these in this close. I did not have that lined up properly, apparently. So it's very short conveyor belt runs. But what I can then do is set up a splitter on this line. Where... Oh, come on. There we go. So I want... Yes, that way. So I can have them like so. Have them actually lined up with where they need to go. Oh, this side is fairly tight, but it still works. So these lines combine into one. Oh, wait. Conveyor belt Mark 1s. Okay, they can do 60. So these output 60 per minute. They combine into one. Sorry, 30 per minute each. Combine into one for 60. So it's a constant full thing. And then it splits evenly between these two. And this one also makes plates. Now, the reason I'm doing it that way is because... Get you set. Oh, can't afford because I am missing rods. The reason I'm doing that way is because I can expand it later with higher tier conveyor belts. So higher tier conveyor belts can hold more at a time, so I can have more of these in an array. Normally, it'd have a bit more space in between these, so it's not like button up this close to each other. But I'm not rebuilding this again right now. And then just have a merger on the other side. And I'm a huge fan of 90-degree turns of my belts. Oh, not a huge fan of that. Yeah, and the mergers take it back into here. Okay, you need more power. I could just stick you up there. There we go. You get 3 out of 4. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Actually, what I'm going to do is set one up here. Sorry, Power Grid. There we go. That's a little bit better. And I'll pick up some biomass before that runs out. Is this song louder than the others? A little bit. There we go. Fix that up just a little bit. All right. Not leaves. I need biomass. Don't need that 20. Misclick. You top off. And you top off. Return things back. Boink, boink, boink. Cool. So that's a little bit cleaner of a power line setup. Yes, it can clip through that power pole. I'm going to have to move it. Crap. That's going to bother me. This is not even like a ideal setup anyways. This is all temporary, and I realize that, but my need for making things neat and tidy is outweighing the need to actually make fast progress. Because, like, I should be looking at this, getting that done. Clipping into that clearance. Okay, never mind. Alright, that's temporary for now. But you smelt iron. Okay. Halting you for a sec. Miner. Actually get you facing a correct direction. Get you mining back up again. Constructor. I could actually have this constructor just centered right here, I think. No. I have to have it off center if I want to be able to do... Oh, that's not even going to give me a 90-degree turn? Oh, come on. I'll just have the constructor face this way. It is less complex. And line up on the platform. Concrete. Go. Could have it there. Okay, I thought I had to completely remove that other one. Nope, I did not. All right. That's a nice, neat and tidy. I'll go do some Phasmophobia games with friends. Ooh, have fun. Enjoy. And thank you for stopping by. Yes, I will see you later. An ingot. I'll put you there. And these two will connect there. I can't wait till I get the better thingamajigs. That is the technical term. Power poles, that's the word I'm looking for. Yes, better power poles will allow me to connect up to 7 things together. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do it. There goes my entire power grid. How much did you manage to make? 41. Good enough for now. Okay, I was right. You were not properly lined up. You are a portable miner. Jeez. Get some extra space, I guess. Can I center this more? It's going to be as centered as it's going to get. Okay. Production miner. Done. Yes, I know about all this stuff. Perfect. I did not keep any biofuel with me. All right. Things are back online. All right. So because I don't have Mark II conveyor belts, I have to do it this way. Did things shut down again? You kidding me? All right. Connect you. And you need your own source of fuel. Where are my logs? Okay, I know I had logs. Don't tell me it's in a box underneath here somewhere. Yes, it is. How am I meant to get that? Oh, there we go. And craft this up. So yeah, when you dismantle something that has an inventory, if it can't fit in your inventory, all of the items just get dropped in the box, in the floor, on the ground, in a box, like that looks like this, except it's gray, meaning it's temporary. You don't get to keep it. You can't put extra things into it either. All right, grid online. Capacity is now 70. Good. Drop all that crap. There we go. So these are both creating iron ore. Now, if I set you to iron rod, you take 15 per minute, which means 2 of these per smelter. I need reinforced plates and wire, or cable, rather. There's that thing flying overhead again. I need to turn you into screws. Oh, that was a good neck crack. Okay. So build you. There's going to be clipping with this power pole, but I'm leaving it like that. So, iron rod 15 per minute, iron rod 15 per minute. That adds together, that's 30. That's half, or that's one of these smelters. But I've got 2 of those smelters running, which means I need another 2 of these guys. Which means I need more of those. Right. Let's snake. 2 more of those. Idle. Why idle? Because I never did hook up your input line for plates. That makes sense. All right. Make some rods. Make some screws. All right, I'm missing just a little bit of that. Okay. And this is part of why I redid the concrete area, because now I actually have room for all this. So yeah, I do need just a little bit more iron, which I can just grab from the conveyor belt here. Turn those into rods. Turn some of those into screws. And reinforced iron plates. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to need some splitters. Yes, there is going to be clipping, but there's not a lot I can do about it. I need more cables, and I'm all out of, yeah, all out of wire. I still have to revamp this area here. But that's another 500 wire for me. Whatcha? 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 Gimme cable. I guess I did have a bunch of copper ingots I could have used to make wire, but I'm automatically making wire. Why would I manually make it? Speaking of those, just go in there. Cool. Oh, you shut down for why? Power. There, power for you. What's my grid at? Max at 60. That's gonna go up soon. Okay. Yes. Where did you build? There we go. Making sure it's all correct. This one I can actually spin that way. Oh my god. It does the weirdest snapping sometimes. Walk around this side. Yes, it's clipping through the post. I realize that. Thank you, game. Okay. And I can actually just hook these up like so. And that is the perfect turn. So you are making 30 per minute. Rod. Rod. Power. Rod. And rod. Okay. So now we have 4 productions of rod. I'm going to take half. So these guys. Because they total 30 per minute. And I'm going to take another constructor that I... Give me those. Grid shut down. For why? Probably ran out of power, to be honest. Okay, what's your problem? You're full of biomass. You're full of biomass. You're full of biomass. Max consumption 72. Yeah. Oops. Oh, I need more rods. Hey. These have some rods in them. Even though they have no power, they still have the rods in them. And you, biomass, need feed on capacity 100. Perfect. Okay, now you come way out here. I make you into screws. You take 10 per minute. And between these two, I make 30 per minute, so I need 3 of you. Gotcha. I need more iron plates for that, though. Or reinforced iron plates, rather. I'm not walking back there for this every time. They should have made one of these a long time ago. Probably have you right there. And then you right here. Maybe. Oh, cable. Cable. Okay, I'll actually place one over here, but properly so it doesn't get in the way. So I don't have to deconstruct it after. Splitter. No, I did have it the right way. They're not mergers, they're splitters, so that arrow coming out of there was correct. And then I need a merger here. Well, why is that so close? I don't have enough space. Alright. Let's make the mergers here. Okay, you're merging this way. Actually, I'll actually design this one with the proper space so there's no clipping. How's that sound? Now I'm out of rods. Hey, look, there's some rods. And put you right there. Okay, so these ones will go into a storage crate. Is that lining up properly? Can't always tell. I'll put you there. All right. So yeah, with these 30 per minute, belts can keep up because they do 60. Done. Now, these ones, again, making 30 per minute. Okay, I think that should be good. Now I need splitters. I'm going to place right here. And there we go. Nice little circle. Concrete machine. Got a decent bit there. Actually, might as well just go right to the end. Get it all done in one fell swoop. Hey, come on, let me up. Oh, too far. Yes, I'll put you like that. I just gotta make sure these guys are lined up next to each other. And I know those ones will line up perfectly. Let's actually get them in line. Yes. Like so. You screw. You screw. Let me out of here. You clipped over to that one for a bit. Ooh. Screw. Power. Right here. I'm probably going to run into issues here. Oh, not too bad. Max consumption 84, capacity 100. And it fluctuates, because of course it does. Plates. Oh, I need mergers. Yeah, this is a lot of what goes on in this game. It's like, oh, I forgot the thing. Alright. That way. So yeah, this game does involve a bit of math. It does involve, like, planning and whatnot. But the great thing about this game is you can play it however the hell you want. I like playing it this way. Right? Like, I enjoy it to, like, figuring out all the perfect ratios and stuff like that to make these builds. I'm actually going to kick you all the way over there. Same with you. And same with you. There we go. Now from this side, This will fill up with screws. This will fill up with rods. And this will fill up with plates. And because of how I've mathed everything out over there, it's the perfect ratios for the tier that I'm at. Like, the same amount of iron ore coming in equates to the total amount of product coming out into these. Which I think is pretty nifty. This is going to be backed up for a bit, I think. Oh. Crap. These output 40 per minute. Okay. Change plans. Stack you guys together. Kill you, kill you. You, kill you. You go into there. You will be going into there. Okay, so... Of course I had to make them 90-degree angles. Wouldn't be one of my builds if I didn't. There we go. So, the reason I had to do that, these output 40 per minute. You add all three of them together, 40 and 40 is 80, plus another 40 is 120. These belts, the tier 1 conveyor belts, can only transport 60. I had to get tier 2 before I can merge them all into a single belt. So we're going to have, for now, 3 storage containers for just screws. But then, yeah, that means that it's full throughput. There's no bottlenecks whatsoever. Same with this. How much should that be outputting? Because that does not seem right. 15 and 15, so that's 30 per minute. You do not seem like you're outputting 30 per minute. 75% efficiency, because you're not getting enough iron. Okay. Ooh, for why? 30 per minute. Yeah. And 30 per minute. Yeah. So this should be flowing full bore. Oh, it has to backfill this one first. So this is the downside with the array that I use. This has to fill up. Now it's running at 100 because it's got back stuff to 100. Now this one has to back stuff to 100 before it'll move on to backstuffing this one to 100. And then once that happens, this will be at 100% efficiency for all 4 of these machines. That is the downside to the... actually, this is called the manifold method, where you've got one line that comes in, essentially. So, like, these... I really need to get a tower. So there's no connection between these. So this one, that one, and that one, those 4 constructors are all part of their own manifold, which gets fed by this line. So you've got this one line coming in that feeds all 4. So in order for it to be fully effective, this has to back stuff up to 100. Which it will, in time. But what you should be seeing is a full flow on the iron ore input. It doesn't backstuff itself because we're using all that's being produced. This one's got a little bit backstuffed because we had shut down the line for a bit while we refactored some things. So it got backstuffed in that time, but it's full flow. It's not pausing at all. You'll see this one here. This pauses, but that's fine because it's pausing at the same rate this one's pausing. And each of those is taking half of the full flow. So when this enters here, half goes this way, half goes this way. This splitter doesn't matter because it's only got one output, no other outputs. So all of it goes this way. So It's just to make it look neat. I could have had just a single wire, or not wire, single conveyor, go from there and loop into there, and it would have done the exact same thing. It kind of looks like this one's it's ready. Are these actually backstuffed? Is that why? Yeah, so they are backstuffed. But as soon as I use one, then it fills up. That's what's happening on that one. But you can see they're still doing 100% efficiency, as are these. So there's actually like no downside. These each get half of the input of this one. Okay. That's iron kind of all set up and done for now. We can expand further. I've actually got more iron nodes over there, so I can basically duplicate this exact setup if I wanted to. But what I'm probably going to do, because I think these only produce a few per minute. Yeah, 20 and 20, so 40 per minute. Not a lot of plates, and we need a lot of plates. So what I'm probably going to do is grab those other iron ore lines, make them into plates. Probably plates, and the other one maybe screws, because we need reinforced iron plates as well. You know what? I'll probably dedicate at least one of them entirely to plates and just feed them into here, and then I'll feed off of there to make the reinforced plates. But we'll also need the screws line. Actually, screws are used for nothing but reinforced iron plates, really, once you get past the research bit. Which, we can actually fill that part in. We could fill that in, and we got the plates, so we can do field research right now. And yes, when you slide, you can slide underneath the conveyors. It's awesome. So with you, boink, boink, and boink.
Milestone reached. The molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, will allow R&D
MAM.
to provide new technologies, items, and buildings based on samples collected in the field. To ensure a greater chance of success during exploration, an upgraded tool belt has been provided, as well as an object scanner and beacons.
Cool.
Note, the object scanner requires calibration via the MAM to enable detection of specific objects.
Cool. Well, I got a new little building here. I need wire and reinforced iron plates. We were just talking about reinforced iron plates. I'm just going to craft them right here, though. Because I actually got automated screw production now, so I don't have to craft these from rods anymore. And what else was I missing? Cables. Right. That's the other thing I should set up automated production for. More cables. Okay. Equipment workshop. I need to reset up. Just gonna snap you right there, maybe. No, that's not where I want you. Yes, I will put you right there. Close enough. And then under special, I've got the MAM, which I can set right here. So this little area here is kind of like a little crafting zone. Now, alien organisms. Yeah, I can gather a bunch of stuff. You, and you. So that's the only power slug I have. Start research. Done. And start research.
New recipe unlocked.
Done. So I get biomass out of that.
Research available in the MAM.
Nutrients. Research that. Cool. Research that.
New object added to the object scanner.
I don't have any bacon left. And yes, blue power slug. It does consume one, but that's fine. I can now, I think, scan for them. I don't have enough wire. That's like a full 2 minutes. 50 total wire cable. I can make that. Very quick to make cable. Okay. Should be back online. Sorry about that. I did not even realize that my stream completely went down. Because I guess I was just frozen and I did not even realize. My apologies. I'm not sure how long I was offline for. I think my internet may have dipped and then OBS just couldn't reconnect. I had to force kill OBS. Wow. That's a shame for me. I guess a shame for you guys as well. See if anybody was trying to message me about it. Oh, 120. Oh, so just 7 minutes. Yeah. My apologies. And now the cat's bumping the mic. Okay. No other messages coming in. Should be good. Bitrate still looks stable. All right. Well, hopefully those who are lurking automatically come back. Might not, though. Not sure how Twitch works for that. My apologies. I just finished doing the research setup here. Overclocking. I could research. I think I was doing slug scanning. But yeah, my apologies. I'll start that research. So it actually does something. Got nothing else neat coming in there. Oh, and then things shut down because biomass ran out. Cool. Didn't even notice that either because I was busy fighting with stream. All right. Top you off. Top you off. I can't wait till we get away from biomass. Top you off. Doot, doot, and doot. Kick you back online. Ayo. Put you back. Okay, things are starting to produce again. You got down to 11. You're still at 100. And you're at 100. Alright, just gotta start feeding you again. That's all. Feed me, Seymour. Yeah, you started filling up as well. So, like, the conveyor belts will still run without power. They don't need power. But the machines do not. Okay. We've got a lot of concrete there. I'm actually going to take that. Got enough plates. Got some screws. Got rods. I think I have all the stuff I need to go improve the copper area. Okay. Copper, you shut down. Don't need you producing stuff right now. Fill that in. Moving you. I'll actually put you on a... Put you there. Let me post right here. I'll just have this post continue on down the middle. There we go. There we go. Now I need 2 smelters. Keeping an eye on my stream quality here. Can I put you here? Oh no, I mean I can, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna center you right here, actually. Yeah, that looks good. And I know there's a rock right there, but... Oh, gross. Okay, I'll just have the other smelter way over there. Actually, probably will work out better that way. And I need a splitter. Yeah. You're a jank belt, but you're my jank belt. Actually, this one... Ooh. Come on. Get up. There we go. There we go. And these two can get powered by that. Start working on copper ingots for me, will ya? Thank you. Now, manifold time. I wish I could get rid of this crap. In all honesty. Oops. Yeah, I'm liking that. If you can't get rid of the brush, just build up. There. Logistics, merger. Far enough away that it's not clipping. Do I have a conveyor elevator? I do. to redo you. Oops. All right. What that'll do is that'll lift these up to this next level, which has some brush, but distinctly less brush, which is good for me. Now, constructor. Let's start from this side because I can't expand this way any further. So this is perfect side to start on. Now, as we said earlier, double check, make sure I'm still online so people can actually hear me. We're making wire, which only takes 15 copper, makes 30. Right? 30 copper, 30 copper. Split that in half, and you get 2 of these. So we need a total of 4 of these. And reinforced plates. And cables. That I had to go grab. What's my inventory like? Okay, my inventory's good. I didn't drop anything. Actually, I don't have enough screws with me anyways. Never mind. Plenty of screws there. Got plenty of plates. Got plenty of stuff to make the cables that I need. Hoop. Hoop. Okay. Right, I actually need to construct it, which means I need my craft bench. Which is just going here for now. Not going to be its permanent home. But that is fine. 1 and a 2, a 3 and a 4, and a 5, and a 6. And then a whole whack ton of cables. All right. Oh, it fits perfectly with 4 of them. Oh, I love it. Except I don't love where you're placed. Get lost. I actually am going to have to flip these around again. Because I want splitters right here. I mean, I've got the space. I might as well center it to the entire platform. Okay, now you need to be an elevator. There's some clipping involved, but eh. Making sure this actually works. Yes, it does. So you need to be wire. You need to be wire. You also need to be wire. And you are already wire. Perfect. So it's not actually accepting it because it has no power, but that is fine. Just want the conveyor belts to get a little bit backstuffed here so that it's not so much an issue when I bring them online. Now, power. Consumption 84, capacity 100. Consumption 80. Max consumption 88, so it's 4 each. Okay. And you're maxed out on linkages. Which means you two go here. And I should have, yes, timed it exactly. 100 to 100. We are at 100% capacity. Which is fine. Totally fine. I just had to add more biomass burners. Da-da-da. Bring in another burner. You. And grab some biomass. I don't have a lot. Oh, I can only make the other biomass here from... Hey, you as well, Netscape. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly when I went offline. But I know I was offline for at least 6 minutes because that's when I saw your message. Saw it 6 minutes after you posted it, and that's when right when I came back online. So, oops. Not sure what happened there. Maybe it's just my internet having a hiccup. That's what I suspect it is, but I have no way of actually knowing. Oh. Big stretches. Cat, if you're laying down, you're not laying down on the keyboard. Come on now. I'm trying to keep an eye on the uptime here. No drop frames since I came back online, so that's good. All right. Let's make sure these are all topped off. And that last one online should be the last of it. Don't need you anymore. All right. Capacity 130. Now, as we had discussed earlier, well, I need more plates and cables. It's hard to get around this. Oh, I moved my bench. Or rather, I deconstructed it. I plan on deconstructing this right away anyways. Need at least 2 of these. Probably going to go for 4. And a lot more cables. Good enough. Make sure that's not in the way anymore. Constructor. Actually, I'm gonna do this out more. Hey, Goobs. Are you on the fine day that we have? I am doing all right. How about yourself? Just playing some Satisfactory today. I was making cables. Okay, it takes 60 to make 30. You produce 30. So 2 of these to 1 of those to get what we need. Which means... You just put... Right, the fact that you just got paid. Hey! There you go. Everybody likes getting paid. Congrats on the paycheck. I am just kind of eyeballing this here. You make cable. Or too steep. It's gonna have to go merge up with the end like that. And this one I also want right beside it. We are playing Satisfactory. It is a, well, factory making game. It's in the name. We started on a brand new save file. So we are just getting some of the basics set up. And those basics being that we just finished getting the full suite of iron production going on up there for basic iron production anyways. And now we have the full suite of basic copper production going on. There are more things you can make with copper and iron later. We haven't unlocked those yet. And there is one more thing from iron that we can make that I don't have automated, and that's these reinforced iron plates. Yeah, now we've got these cables automatically being produced. And we've got, we were already producing the copper wire. But we've got it set up here so that it's perfect input to output from that one mining node. It produces 60 ore per second, which goes into these 2 smelters. They each use 30. They are currently backstuffed, which is fine as things continue on. Where's that fire thing from? Glitch from a smelter, I guess. Then they go into here. Total of 60 ingots. Because each of these only consume 15. So if you do the math, 60 divided by 4 is 15. Means to me you need 4 of these to perfectly use them. And then 2 of these are dedicated to making this wire into cable, which needs 2 outputs. And the other 2 outputs are free to go into a storage container. So that is where we are at. That's what we just finished doing. It is very much an engineering game, yes. You are an engineer in this game. And then over here, this is our other production area. We've got concrete. I meant to actually climb up one of these. Here we go. So we've got 2 mining nodes of iron that come into these. And then it all factors out and goes to these storage containers over here. Some of them are making iron plates. Some of them are making rods. Some are taking some of the rods here and making them into screws. This video game usually isn't that expensive, and it goes on sale quite often. So, yeah, it is definitely a very fun game. It does have multiplayer. So you can play with friends if you like to. Looking at the time, though. So I am on a time limit today. I've been keeping a close eye on the time because it is Easter Sunday, and our family does do dinner on Sunday. So I've got about 10 minutes. Let's see what chaos we can get to in 10 minutes. If I actually move you to being centered here. Too centered. Let's take you to there instead. Yes. Oh, I've got personal storage box now. Cool. Merger. Into there. For now, I'll just do that. Because I do plan on having more production here. Exactly the same that we have set up over here. So it is basically 2 of these constructors making plates that are fed by the smelters back here. So yeah, 2 smelters to 2 of these guys. Family is more important than a game. Yeah. But, I mean, you know, I enjoy streaming as well. And supper isn't until a bit later. So I just needed to give myself enough time to actually prepare before heading up. Because I'm actually going to my sister's place. So I just needed to make sure I had enough time to prepare. And in doing so, I was able to stream. Because I managed the time accordingly. Alright, I need more of those. Craft bench. This is what we're hoping to automate next. Because I need those to make these automation thingies. Alright, and logistics merger. There we go. And it's fine that it clips through the terrain. This game does a lot of clipping. It is still technically in early access. Get that ready for power. And then I need some splitters. Actually, I could probably better take it from this side. Cable. Cable. I know we just automated cable, but I'm not going all the way back there just to get some. I've got the stuff on me to make it. It's not very complex. Just take some wire. Not on good terms with my sister, especially now because of the last stream I was on. Yeah, no, it's family happens sometimes. I do think it is important to, you know, try and, you know, make sure your relationships are okay with your family. But I also recognize that, you know, sometimes it just doesn't work out. I dearly hope that is not the case with you and your sister. But, you know, that's your business. That's not my business. Production, smelt. I'm trying to get this decently close. Because I am running out of space over here. It's not going to let me snap nicely, is it? No. And that's why I often use mergers for this kind of thing. Which way is it? There we go. So many machines next to each other, it can also be difficult to tell which way it's pointing. Okay. Do that. Iron ingot. Iron ingot. I'll just stick you right there. Power pole to you, and to you. You guys are all ready for stuff down here. Miner, Mark 1. Can I get back up? Oop, I almost went too far. Hope that's the right height. Oop, I slipped off. I'm gonna have to get power down here as well. There, that's enough to get me up here for now. Oh, I gotta go hopefully catch you on another stream. Yeah, have a good one. What should we got going on here? Max consumption 21 megawatts. Okay, that's not too bad. You're out of alignment. Okay. Splitter. I'll set them out that far. That's a janky wire, but I'm going to ignore it. Trying to get this build done in just a couple more minutes here. All right. You are set to iron. You guys come together to make plates. Cool. Plates come together and all go to one central storage. There is a pole over there that has availability. Can I snag it? Yes. Okay, capacity 130. Yes, I can hook all of this up without issue. And that is fantastic. Go to that one. So the entire thing together. Now max consumption is 125, but capacity is 130. We are just barely keeping up on it. But you should be, yes, spitting out that iron ore. Coming up the elevator. Now, down here, we do have another iron ore vein. This one is normal, so of course it is 60 per minute. This one is also normal, so that's another 60 per minute that we can bring out should we require it, which, you know, we might. We might. But for now, this gets us the extra plate production that we wanted / needed. It is going into the smelters. They are ticking away just fine. The smelters export. Oh, come on. Come on. Smelters export. They merge together and go into this line, which then splits again to go into there. Now, the reason I did that, even though I can do 1-to-1, the reason I did that is you can upgrade the miners to create more of these smelters. So you can have an entire row of smelters all coming zipping through a single line in manifold setup. Because not everything is 1-to-1. And yep, those are producing just fine. They are then coming into here. All tickety-boo. Now, question. Did I overlook something? 20, 40, 60, and 80. Okay, we are currently producing more iron plates than we are using. Having them go into the same line, probably not a good idea. So I'm dismantling that. Alright, so we still got a bunch in there. We're starting to tick some up in here. The last thing that I'm going to grab is another constructor. Hopefully I have enough for this. I'm actually going to... Oh, crap. I should have built that closer to this side. Dummy. Okay, we might move it later. We might not. But basically, we are going to eventually, because I just looked at the time, I am out of time. We're going to take these plates, and we're going to take one of these 3 containers of screws, because we have 3 of them. We can even take 2 of them if necessary, until we get the upgraded conveyor lines. We have to split them up this way, because they produce 40 per minute. These Mark 1 conveyor belts can only transport 60 per minute. So we do have to split them up that way. Anyways, we will get them to automatically produce plates. We do have Tier 2 unlocked, which means we could do Logistics Mark 2, and that gets us the Tier 2 things. But we do have to get 50 reinforced iron plates, so it's good to have them automated anyways. All that being said, I think I am out of time for today. I am going to exit to main menu. I might hop on and do some stuff off camera. I am not sure. This is a fun game just to play by myself anyways. I'm taking us back to the main screen. Now, the music did get a little bit louder again, I noticed. Music, why you do this to me? I'll turn you down a bit. I felt like I was having to shout over top the music. Okay. So, I know the stream timer only says 37 minutes, but that's because I did disconnect partway through. But we have actually been going for about 3 hours, which is perfect time to end and gives me enough time to prepare for dinner tonight, because my mom is also going to be there, and she is very big on pictures, so... You know, shower, get nice clothes, that type of thing. I've got something I had to bring over for the potluck style, so I have to make sure that is finished up just fine. Yeah, just a couple things to get ready. So, I am going to find somebody to raid. Let's bring up my other screen here. Who do I want to raid? You know, I think it's been a while since I've raided Winaria. I'm going to go raid her, because I don't really have any other friends online. Or, ooh, Barry the Bugbear came online. Or has been online for a while, and I just didn't notice it. Barry the Bugbear is also D&D themed, just like all of my personas you see on the wall there. So give me a moment to make sure that the game sounds are muted. There we go. Yes, he just got online. Perfect. So /raid Barry the Bugbear. He is a barbarian. He is pretty awesome. So we're going to set up a raid there. Raid message is as follows. Feel free to add any emotes should you have them. I should really make this my a copy paste, but I don't. There. That's the one I like to use. And I am going to take us to the ending screen. Sorry, I have to move this over here so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Netscape. Oh, of course, the music does not stop when I'm on the ending screen. All right. As always, thank you, everybody, for showing up, whether you are active in chat or just lurking. Sorry, I'm also self-posture checking. Definitely appreciate everybody who was able to stop by, especially on a long weekend. You chose your time to spend here rather than with family. What's the word? I can't think of it. Neglect. There we go. Don't neglect your family. Give them a call if you're not able to see them in person. If this is a holiday you celebrate. In the meantime, we're going to see Barry the Bugbear, and I hope to see you guys all again on my next stream, which is Wednesday. Take care for now.